Hi everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm going to rank the biggest healers of the Zodiac. Alright, first things first. This list was recommended by one of our regular Sunny-siders, Deborah Wiley, and I thought it was a good idea, right? So, here it is. Alright, next. As always, the list today is based in astrology, but you know, the order, a little bit of it is subjective. So if you have your own list or your own questions and comments, please leave them in the description box below, and I'll do my best to read some of them out on the weekly Love Horoscopes video that comes out every Thursday right here on this channel. Alright, what? What else? Next, I also put timestamps in the description box below. So if you want to skip the blah blah and skip ahead in the video, then feel free to do so, and I'll just catch up with you later in the video. But the first half is where I describe everything, you know, so if you're gonna leave comments, you should at least know what you're talking about. Just saying. Or what we're talking about. Anyways, whatever. Here we go. What's a healer, and how do we identify it using sun sign astrology? Good question, Sonny. Alright, thanks, man. Okay, so healers obviously include doctors and surgeons, right? You know, the new age guys as well, faith healers, holistic healers, naturopaths, medical intuitives, and even maybe spiritual guides, right? It's no big deal. You'll see that they actually all fit in. Anyways, what else? Okay, well, to begin, there are a couple of clear-cut astrological winners that most astrologers agree upon as being gifted and natural healers. And there's also an axis of health and healing that runs through the Western Zodiac. So obviously those guys are on the list, right? Now, in addition to all of that, I looked at what the Vedics had to say, right? In Vedic Astrology, and their recommendations were quite insightful and both confirmed some of my assumptions and recommended another couple of guys. So, that's how I came up with the list today. Now, before we really have at it, let's take a quick look at a couple of confusing ideas in Western astrology. And there are two of them when it comes to astrology and healing. The first is Chiron, and you know, the luminary Chiron, right? And okay, these 2 points are super important, so listen up. Many people consider Chiron to be one of the healing luminaries in astrology, but I actually disagree. I mean, it's kind of important, and I do use it, but like, I kind of disagree. Chiron is considered the wounded healer, alright? And again, that's wounded healer, not healed healer, okay? And in the story, Chiron couldn't heal himself, and he eventually died of his afflictions. And in relationship astrology, if someone has one of their planets bump into an aspect with your Chiron, you can expect to find pain there. And that's all I'm going to say about it. You know, I'm going to get a lot of pushback for saying this, so for today, I'm just going to let it go. You guys can think whatever you want. Next, the planet Mercury. Now this is important. The planet Mercury has a symbol that's very closely related to the current symbol of medicine in North America. And that's 2 serpents wrapped around a staff with wings at the top. And just a reminder as it relates to astrology, in some types of mythology, Mercury has wings. Now, here's where things get interesting. That symbol, or rather the staff from history, is called the caduceus, or caduceus. I can't really, you know, no big deal. Except in history, it doesn't actually represent medicine at all. The caduceus is the staff that was carried by Hermes, who shared similar characteristics and may be one of the predecessors of Mercury. But Mercury comes from the word mercantile or merchant, and Mercury represents commerce, your daily business. Not big business, your daily business, you know, your daily work. He's a patron saint, so to speak, of salesmen, and it also represents trickery and thieves. Again, kind of like salesmen, right? Anyways, we should all know this by now. But did you know that Mercury also rules the road of the dead? And he also conducted the dead on their way to their final resting abode. Interesting. Okay, here's a little more. It's said that Hermes saw 2 serpents fighting and separated them with his staff. Hence, 2 serpents wrapped around a staff, with his wings at the top. It's kind of neat, huh? So once again, in some parts of the world, the caduceus is used today to represent medicine. But the true symbol of medicine is the staff of Asclepius, which represents the Greek god of medicine. And that staff is a symbol with 1 serpent wrapped around it and no wings. And it's used by the World Health Organization. Anyways, that's the astro, okay? So those are the planets, that's the astro, that's the stuff you gotta know. So, everybody ready? Let's get to the list. Place your bets. Okay, here we go. First up is a moody water sign that I dig in so many ways. Okay, anyways, okay, calm down, Sonny. Anyways, the Vedics say this sign should be ranked much higher, but there's a Western Astrology reason why I ranked a couple of the other guys ahead of them, and we'll get to that in a moment. But for now, number 5 on our list is intuitive, nurturing, caring, giving, helping, always packs little treats in your lunch, and constantly sends love messages during the day to show you how much they care. And that's one of my favorite signs, number 5, Cancer. Now first, above everything else, Cancer is one of the most caring and emotionally invested signs of the zodiac. Flat out, right? Hands down, no questions about it, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. I don't know how you can debate that one. It's not just that they care, but they also demonstrate caring, compassion, and empathy in everything they do. Cancer is also tough. That sexy little crab, well, she has a shell, and she also has sharp pinchers for fighting back when attacked. It also means she can cut you whenever she wants, and it's difficult to go through life with razor blades hands, And it also means Cancer can cut you by just holding your hand. It's one of the reasons why symbolically, you kind of have to navigate around Cancer's pincers with hugs, right? It's really cute. And it's tough at times because, it's tough to hug Cancers at times because Cancers have a lot of energy and they're always, wiggling from side to side, right? So you really have to hold on tight. It's so cute and it's not for everyone. But once again, I dig it, and I like little hearts cut into my pancakes. Okay, what else? Okay, this is super important, so you might want to take notes here. Astrologically, astrologers use the moon to time surgeries, and very seriously. And Cancer really should rank higher, but anyways, here we go. Choosing the best time for surgery or beginning a medical protocol are not only timed by the moon, but it's also been proven to be effective. Simply using the moon cycle, we can clearly see time when surgery will be successful, and time when a lot of blood will be spilled. And that's how they phrase it. You do this and a lot of blood's going to be spilled. So whatever. Okay, the medical astrologers say 5 days before and after the full moon, fluids are at their highest, which can translate into major swelling and hemorrhaging. That's what the medical astrologers say. So and they say don't undergo surgery when the moon is void. And they say because complications are likely. Surgery might be botched up requiring repeat surgery. You guys got it? And anyways, it goes on. Ptolemy, the Greco-Roman writer, mathematician, philosopher, astronomer, poet, that guy? Oh, sirens are coming. He wrote, don't treat with iron, meaning the knife, the part of the body ruled by the sign the moon is transiting. You guys got that? That means, for instance, when the moon is transiting Aries, that you shouldn't operate on the head. I hope that makes sense, everyone. And none of this that I just said includes the modern research that's been done on this topic, that goes on and on and on, which actually support the hypothesis. Anyways, I think it's fascinating. What else? All right, that's the moon. Okay, well, next. Well, you guys know, right? Except for the crazy stuff, a couple of the Libras keep doing, right? I generally keep the personal stuff out of the list. But today, I'm going to give props where props are due. So here we go. One of my oldest and closest students, right? He's in his 60s, right? One of my oldest and closest students. He's an emergency surgeon at the big hospital downtown. He's extremely popular and he's recognized throughout the world in his profession. Anyways, when I fell sick last year and I was semi-conscious in the ambulance and I asked where I was, they told me I was en route to the big hospital. And I knew I was going to be okay. I really good. He's checked in with me almost every week for the last 7 years just to see if I'm okay. Just as a friend, And I knew he was not going to let me die. That's good. Anyways, he's a Cancer and he's one of the best in the entire world. And he's not the only one. So you see, it's more than just talk. I owe more to those that I consider my Vancouver family than you could possibly imagine. So number 5, and I will always have a special place in my heart for them, Cancer. Okay, so if Cancer only ranks number 5 and they're flat out amazing, right? Then number 4 has to be something way over the top special. They're going to have an insight beyond what's readily apparent. They're going to have to be able to connect dots that don't even exist. And they're going to have to be cold about it because sometimes, healing requires a lot of pain. And not everyone has all of the intrinsic skills, personal demeanor, and raw brain power to pull this off. But number 4 on our list today not only does all of this naturally, their manual dexterity and flexible intelligence clearly set them apart. And that's number 4, Gemini. Now, I know Gemini gets passed over a lot, right? They say jack of all trades, but it's just not true. People don't realize how good these guys are at so many things and how gifted they are naturally. Gemini is psychic, straight up. They don't get credit for it, but they are, okay? They are super brainers. They're sexy, they're playful, flirty fun, and yeah, they're also major serial killers. But what the hell, right? No one's perfect. But before I go to the blah blah about Gemini, you should know that more Geminis have won the Nobel Prize in the field of medicine than any other sign, and it's not even close. Now, I don't put a lot of stock into signs that win awards, right? Because there are a lot of people who work really hard behind the scenes who never get credit. You see, for every star that you see from afar, there's a galaxy of support helping them shine. All right, whatever, Sonny. You get all new agey on this. All right, back to Gemini. Now, on one hand, they got the glyph wrong with the medical symbol thing, right? But today, anyways, the stats don't lie. So maybe, they got it right after all. Who knows? A lot's been changed in Western astrology over the years. All right, what else? Gemini is the number 1 best sign with their hands. So becoming surgeons is definitely within reach. They are super brainers who totally excel at research. So that's in play as well. And they are totally into sexy games, right? Maybe that counts a little too. I don't know. I didn't initially have Gemini ranked here, but again, this is where my research led me. So what can I say? All right, here we go. Personal props again. One of my best friends back in Toronto is a Gemini, and he's a research pharmacist who interned at the Mayo Clinic back when we were all in school. He then went on to do his MBA for fun, okay? And he now approves medicines allowed for use into Ontario, where we all grew up. And well, I for one, think that's pretty impressive. No question about it. Number 4 biggest healer of the Zodiac, Gemini. All right, next. Okay, I knew about Cancer long before I researched this, right? And Gemini surprised me. But, obviously I'm totally down with it. The stats don't lie here. But now we're going to enter my wheelhouse. We're going to Western astrology and how I really look at it. So here we go. Number 3 on today's list is an earth sign. They're smart, focused, more intuitive than they're getting credit for, and they're exceptionally hard workers. No, they don't top the list for the most Nobel Prize wins, but they did come in 2nd place. And that makes them awesome at medical research. But none of that is why they make the list today. Nope, they make the list today because in addition to being ruled by Mercury, just like Gemini, they also rule one side of the health and wellness axis, and that's number 3, Virgo. You see, okay, so Virgo, right? And here you go. The astrology chart is cut up into different astro sectors, right? And these sectors relate to each other in different ways. The planets then add weight and direction of energy, right? The energy flows, right? Direction of energy to the overall chart, and the sun sign adds color. Anyways, that's how it works. All right, back to Virgo. Virgo is super smart. Yes, but their intelligence focuses on details, protocols, and problem solving with the information readily at hand. This means if you're sick and there's a solution, then Virgo's going to know what the solution is. Straight up, okay? And you're going to be okay. Virgo is patient and is also naturally well suited for research. If individually they're into that kind of thing, right? Everybody's different. What else? Yes, like Gemini, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, but they outrank Gemini astrologically because Virgo rules the astro sector of physical health and physical healing. Straight up. Whenever I say you should go to the gym or watch your health, it's usually because some kind of action's happening in the Virgo section of the chart, or the section of the chart that Virgo rules. All right, what else? Okay, well, not that they makes them natural healers, but most Virgos I know are into some kind of health and well-being. Whether they go to the gym, long walks, or they watch what they eat. You know, Virgos have nice bodies, and they like to take care of them. And I mean, what do you want me to say, right? The realm of physical health simply belongs to Virgo. That's the way it is. Like even let's say Virgo became a lawyer, right? Okay? They'd probably be an ambulance chaser. He's Virgo, right? He's Virgo. This one's easy, okay? You know, Virgo's been taking a lot of heat, right? Especially in the comments section. In truth, they do bring it upon themselves, right? But they're also one of the hardest working signs. They're one of the smartest signs. And they're definitely one of the kinkiest signs. And believe it or not, both the stats and the astro is not lying, guys. Number 3, biggest healer of the zodiac, Virgo. And I sincerely hope everyone is cool with that. All right, next, let's see. Okay, next up, number 2 on our list today is another water sign. Blue, 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 water sign. And like Virgo, I bet that most of you would expect to find them on this list somewhere. Now, the Vedic astrologers say that to be a healer, you have to have the energy of at least one of 3 signs flowing through your chart. The first is Cancer, and the second is number 2 on our list today. Representing the other side of the healing axis, ruled by the planet of pharmaceutical drugs, they're psychic, empathetic, spiritual, and directly tuned into the universe's natural forces of healing. And that is number 2, Pisces. Yep. First, okay? Pisces is ruled by the planet Neptune. And Neptune governs drugs, alcohol, drugs. Pisces is fun. I love Pisces so much. Okay, focus on. Okay. Neptune is medication, dreams, and the subconscious. Okay, you see, Cancer is emotionally intuitive. Gemini and Virgo use their smarts, but Pisces rules dreams and the subconscious. This means they don't just solve the problem, but Pisces can also find the root cause. And here's where things get interesting. Pisces doesn't have to be a trained doctor to heal you. Not even a little bit. If you're sick and you just start hanging out with a loving Pisces, well, you will get better. Pisces has this weird kind of loving and dreamy energy that just wraps around everything, And I mean it. There's a very real path in this world of peace, love, and constantly regenerating healing. And Pisces is always swimming in this energy. And they are very seriously that beautiful. Okay, what else? Okay, for those who don't know, all right, Pisces supports the underdog, and they're always looking for strays that they can nurture back to health. They're naturally gifted nurses, psychics, and spiritual healers, and if you're a shining star who's a little down on their luck and your sparkle begins to fade, Pisces will swim right up to you and nurse you back to health. It's really cool, and I've seen it many times, and I love it. I mean, I absolutely adore Pisces, but, okay, calm down. Okay. What else? Let's check the list. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of pharmaceutical drugs. They're psychic healers who can help you heal with their naturally resonating energy. They rule the astro sector of mental health and healing. And to top it all off, the Vedics say Pisces is one of the best. All right? Sure, Pisces might get distracted by a shiny light or some sparkly trinket and, accidentally let you die. I've seen that too. It's so funny. Okay, but for the most part, a healthy, vibrant, loving, dreamy, super sexy, and definitely a lot smarter than most people give them credit for Pisces. Once again, well, Pisces is really the only sign that can heal you with a simple smile. And it's beyond beautiful. That's love. Number 2, Pisces. Okay, next, no honorable mentions today. This is a tight list, and I don't think any sign is going to knock Cancer off the list, especially when we use the moon to time surgeries, all right? Just saying. Okay, so that brings us to number 1. And this is the final sign that all Vedic astrologers say you have to have some of their energy flowing through your chart to be a naturally gifted healer, and that's Scorpio. Oh, I mean, that's number one, Scorpio. Okay. All right, whatever, son. First up, Scorpio is the detective of the zodiac, and they're psychic. So if something is wrong with you, there is a very good chance that Scorpio is going to know it before even you do, and very seriously. And it happens all the time. Scorpio also digs in and doesn't let go until they have their answer. So they are awesome at research. But yes, sometimes they dig in and keep looking until they get the wrong answer and the subject dies, okay? No, again, no one's perfect. What else? Scorpio is both new agey and old school factual. All right? Okay. So they have more information at their fingertips than even Virgo and Pisces put together. Scorpio is compassionate and nurturing like Cancer, and dexterous like Gemini. Scorpio is also, Scorpio is ruled by the Phoenix, which is death and rebirth. It's healing through transformation. Scorpio is the dark night of the subconscious. Okay, what else? Scorpio is also ruled by the Scorpion, which is healing through poison. All right? Sonny, what are you talking about? Okay, chill out, okay? Okay, you remember that thing about the staffs earlier? Well, the stories go on to say that although, obviously, bites of certain serpents can kill you, right? Drinking their venom can actually save you. And that pretty much sums up Scorpio just like that. Anyways, but there's more here to the stories than we might realize. Western astrology has changed over the years, and certain stories and symbols have been added, removed, and altered for reasons which I have absolutely no idea. But it's very clear to anyone who's studied that they have been. And every sign on this list in some way, shape, or form represents the darkness, or at least the road of the dead. And again, I have no idea why. But both the Vedics and the raw facts prove it to be true. And guys, there's no one more versed in the dead than Scorpio. Scorpio rules the 8th house of death, transformation through death, the mysterious underworld, transformational tantric healing through sex, hypnosis that heals a subconscious mind, and poison that can heal. Now, having said all of that, Scorpio also rules rebirth. Children conceived during the loving union of Valentine's Day, they're born in Scorpio, okay? Scorpio governs the season of putting everything to sleep for the winter so that it can be reborn in the spring. Scorpio is also ruled by the cold, painful, and powerful planet of Pluto, which is all of the above times 1 gazillion, okay? Now, I really don't know why our astrological forefathers wanted us to look at the darkness to be healed, okay? I really don't know why, but that's exactly the story we're being told. All right, what else? Well, okay, time to get personal. Okay, and again, to give props where they're due. As impressive as we thought my Gemini buddy was, and as amazing as my Cancer friend is, their accomplishments come in second when compared to my Scorpio friend, who not only was the youngest one of all of us, but he's also accomplished the most. This guy did his PhD in molecular biology before he went to med school. He is straight up a major brainer. He's now a surgeon at the Cancer Hospital in Toronto where we all grew up. He's goofy, obviously, right? He's caring, sporty, nurturing, a brainer way on belief. And by far and away, the most gifted healer that I know. And again, he's a Scorpio. So, the list today was kind of easy, with a little research anyways, and some help from the Vedics. Today's list was easy. Number 1, most gifted healer of the Zodiac is Scorpio. And that's the action, everybody. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for hanging out. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And as always, if you liked the video, then please give it a thumbs up. Maybe share it with your friends on Facebook. And if you haven't yet, maybe even subscribe to the channel. Every little bit helps, and I super appreciate the support. And with that, from thesunnyside.net, I'm Sonny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. Make sure you take care of yourself, guys. And of course, as always, take care of each other. And again, From sunnyside.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. And I'll see you soon.